Today is a very special day because ये बड़ा सीक्रेट सा है लाइफ का। मतलब बड़ा कोई ऐसा कोई बड़ा सीक्रेट नहीं है। बट ना जब मैंने आई वाज इन माय दोस्त ब्रह्मचारी आश्रम डेज, आई वाज ऑल द टाइम हैंकरिंग टू गो बैक टू वृंदावन। व्हेन आर वी गोइंग टू गो टू वृंदावन? एंड देन समहाउ समवेयर बहुत ज्यादा ही डिजायर था कि वृंदावन जाऊं, वृंदावन जाऊं। एक दिन मुझे ना सपना आया जो कृष्ण बलराम का है। और उसमें बलराम जी ने मेरा हाथ पकड़ के मेरे बस में चढ़ाया, बोला चलो लेट्स गो टू वृंदावन। And I got up and it was a very nice dream. And I I got ready for मंगला आरती। जैसे ही मंगला आरती के बाद हम मंगला आरती कर रहे थे, इतने में हमारे जो काउंसलर हुआ करते थे वो आ गए। उन्होंने आके बोला, उन्होंने आए, वो आके हमने हमारे साथ मंगला आरती करी। फिर जब किया, मैं उस समय ना बड़ी फास्ट करताल हो जाता था। एंड ही वॉज अ वेरी अमेजिंग मृदंगा प्लेयर। जब वो मृदंग बजाते थे मैं करताल हो जाता था। और मतलब मैं वो जो वेरिएशंस कर लेता था करताल के ऊपर, जो वो वेरिएशंस अपने मृदंग से करते थे। कोई भी मतलब इफ इज प्लेइंग वेरी फास्ट, आई बी एबल टू, आई वाज प्लेइंग वेरी, आई यूज्ड टू प्ले वेरी फास्ट। और इफ इज डूइंग एनी तिरक तिरक ना तेरे के तेरे दैया तेरे के तेरे दैया था और तेरे की था, अगर वो ही इवन ही सिंगिंग दैट, आई वाज एबल टू प्ले दैट यू नो करताल। तो उस दिन हुआ करताल, तो फिर हम लोग लाइक जैसे मंगला आरती खत्म हो गई। मंगला आरती जब समाप्त हुई, फिर हम लोग जब हमारी भागवतम क्लास का टाइम होता था आफ्टर 45 मिनट्स का, तो ही यूज्ड टू टेक द क्लास। एंड उसी दिन उन्होंने बोला कि आज हम सब लोग आज ये दिन है, और परसों वी आर ऑल गोइंग टू वृंदावन। And I was so happy that we are going for a proper disappearance day. That was my first proper disappearance day. And I had decided actually 6 months, 3 months back, that I will join ashram on proper disappearance day. But at least I leave home and I'll move to base. And then I'll stay in the base for a while. And then whenever I'll go to ashram, baat ki baat hai. So Baldev Prabhu had always a very different kind of mercy upon me. और आज मैंने बहुत सालों के बाद, हालांकि बलराम जी का ऐसा कभी कोई टाइम था नहीं when I did not feel his presence in my life, लेकिन आज मैंने बलराम जी का बहुत ही ज्यादा अपने लाइफ में प्रेजेंस को फील किया। जैसे कि मैं हमेशा जाता हूँ कृष्ण बलराम ऑल्टर में, और वहाँ प्रणाम करने के बाद सीधा राधा माधव और जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा के ऑल्टर में जाके मैं राधा माधव को ड्रेसिंग करता हूँ। लेकिन आज गया तो एक श्रीनिधि डिवोटी ने बोला, प्रभु जी आज आप बलराम जी का वो करो, श्रृंगार। तो मैं फिर दाऊद जी का श्रृंगार किया, बलराम ने कृष्ण का श्रृंगार किया, बलराम कृष्ण बलराम बॉर्डर में। फिर in Nandagaon, we had a almost one plan which was almost cancelled to celebrate Balaram Purnima 2 days before, but somehow it also happened. And we had a grand Abhishek of Krishna Balaram in our Nandagaon school. Then we had offered very nice Chapan Bhog to also Jagannath or Giriraj. Sorry, to Krishna Balaram. पर बलराम जी की बहुत कृपा रही मेरे पे। तो मेरे को लगा कि क्यों ना आज हम लोग बलराम तत्व पे थोड़ा सा बोले। हाँ मतलब क्योंकि हम लोग पढ़ ही रहे हैं बुक पे तो हम पढ़ ही लेंगे। लेकिन आई थॉट कि व्हाई नॉट टू स्पीक समथिंग ऑन बलराम जी। तो यस, 2 दिन के बाद बलराम जी का जो है बहुत ही ऑस्पिशियस बर्थडे आ रहा है ना।
हमारे
बलराम
यहाँ
जी।
तो
हाँ
कल ही है प्रभु।
हाँ, तुम्हारे पास कल ही है। हमारे यहाँ परसों है। वेरी गुड। तो ठीक है। आज अच्छा ना, आज तुमको बलराम जी के बारे में सुनने को मिल रहा है, इट्स
ट्रू
ऑस्पिशियस।
प्रभु। ट्रू।
ठीक है, कुछ बलराम जी को लेके ना कुछ मिसकंसेप्शन है। पहले तो ये कि सम ब्रजवासी थे ना, जो होल्डन ओपिनियन की बलराम बलदेव जो है वो कृष्ण के बाद प्रकट हुए। सो दे से कृष्णा अपीयर्ड ऑन अष्टमी, है ना, एंड एट्थ मून डे, और बलराम जो है ना ये अपीयर्ड ऑन छठी। बलराम छठ, छठा बोलते हैं। ठीक है। कुछ लोगों का कहना ये है कि बलराम जी कृष्ण के बड़े भाई थे, तो बलराम जी जो है कृष्ण से 1 साल पहले पैदा हुए। जी गोस्वामी, सनातन गोस्वामी, रूप गोस्वामी, जितने हमारे गोस्वामी हैं वो इस बात से एग्री नहीं करते। दे एक्सप्लेन कि बलराम अपीयर्ड ऑन द फॉलोइंग सिक्स्थ मून डे, देन कृष्णा विल बी ओल्डर देन बलराम और बलदेव बाय सेवरल डेज, यू नो। और अगर बलदेव केम अ ईयर बिफोर, तो ही वाज ऑलमोस्ट 1 ईयर ओल्डर देन कृष्णा। जीव गोस्वामी states in Vaishnav Doshni कि according to Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna and Baldev were both named by Gargacharya on the same day। है ना, बोला ना। और ये भी लिखा कि दे बोथ वर क्रॉलिंग, तो क्रॉल कर रहे थे। तो फिर 1 साल का बच्चा ना क्रॉल करता है तो चलना शुरू कर देता है ऑलमोस्ट। और एक और इंटरेस्टिंग बात ये थी कि बलराम जी का अन्नप्राशन संस्कार और वहां जो था वो भी उसी समय हुआ था, 1 साल कृष्ण के साथ ही। तो ऑल दिस डेवलपमेंट ना टू प्लेस इन सेम टाइम। श्रीमद् भागवतम को प्रमाण मान के ये बता सकते हैं कि बलदेव जो है उनका जो है जन्म जो है वो पूर्णिमा पे ही हुआ था। ये देवकी का कहते हैं कि एक सबसे पहले ही मिस कैरेज हो गया था, और मिस कैरेज के बाद उसका दोबारा वो हुआ। और ये भी पता है, प्रमाण मिलता है शास्त्रों में कि यशोदा और जो देवकी मैया, जो रोहिणी मैया थी, वो उन दोनों को ना एक ही पल्ले में बिठाती थी। अब कुछ कहते हैं बलदेव प्रभु जो है ही टुक बर्थ इन मथुरा, है ना, बट ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी गलत है। क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं पे ना हरिवंश करके की जो है किताब है, कुछ पुराणों में एक्चुअली लिखा भी हुआ है कि यशोदा का दूसरा नाम देवकी भी है। सो देयर वाज नो बर्थ इन मथुरा, कृष्णा अपीयर्ड देयर एज विष्णु, एज पर ब्रह्मा, एज अ यूथ ऑफ 16 years, or in Mathura he appeared in the form of Vasudeva, and he was four-headed and was holding his Shankh Chakra Gada and Padma, and was like, he had long hair, wavy hair, and he wore the Sharan Mukut, a golden crown, and he was adorned with the golden ornament। तुम लोगों को पता था इस बारे में, बलदेव छठी के बारे में?
नहीं प्रभु।
नहीं ना। वृंदावन में आज भी नंदगांव में और जहाँ पे भी दाऊ जी का मंदिर है, ये दाऊ जी के शिविर विग्रह है, वहां पे कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर को छोड़ के और गणैया मठ को छोड़ के, और अब तो अक्षय पात्र भी है, उसको छोड़ के बाकी हर जगह पे बलराम पूर्णिमा या फिर गौड़िया वैष्णवों में मोस्टली उनको छोड़ के बाकी सब संप्रदायों के लोग जो है, स्पेशली पुष्टि मार्गी या फिर जो लोग ब्रजवासी हैं, वो बलराम जी का जो जन्मदिन मनाते हैं वो बलराम छठी पे मनाते हैं, जो कि 2 दिन पहले आती है, राधा अष्टमी। भगवान नेवर टेक्स बर्थ, बट कृष्णा इज नॉट ओनली भगवान, he is स्वयं भगवान। Purusha Chakravarti Thakur has written the shloka that reveals, the opinion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu। वो क्या ओपिनियन क्या है? आराध्य भगवान ब्रजेश तनया तदधाम वृंदावनम। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कृष्णा इज Vajendra Nandan, ठीक है, नंदराम महाराज, एंड इज द आराध्य, द सुप्रीम वर्शिपेबल deity, तद धाम वृंदावन his abode Vrindavan is equally worshipable। So Lord Krishna and his abode Vrindavan are equally worshipable। ठीक है, तो दिस इज द आइडिया ऑफ चैतन्य महाप्रभु। कृष्णा इज नॉट द सन ऑफ वासुदेव एंड देवकी, ही इज ओनली सन ऑफ यशोदा एंड नंद बाबा। और ब्रजेश तनया मीन्स नंद बाबा। और our Adhyadhi Krishna, and he took birth in Gokul, not in Vrindavan। So just as Krishna took birth in Gokul, Baldev also took birth in only in Gokul। In Gokul, he comes from the womb of Devki in part, but in whole he comes from the womb of Rohini in Gokul। Rohini Devi was one of the Vasudev's many wives in Mathura। In Gopal Chapu, it is stated that when Vasudeva and Devki were put in Kamsa's jail, she used to go from time to time to visit and serve them there. On one visit, she became pregnant, and Devaki also conceived a child at the very same time. And the mool original or the complete. Yeah. So Bhagwan, Balram jo hai na, he entered in the womb. And his planetary position was in the womb of Devaki. And after 2 or 3 months, in order to protect Rohini from atrocities of Kamsa, Vasudev tha, Vasudev sent to Vrindavan to live in the home of Nanda Baba and Yashoda. And Yogamaya had inspired him to do so. And after Baldev's planetary expansion had been in Devaki's womb for 6 months, Yogamaya took him from her womb to Gokul, where she put him in the womb of Rohini. And both the plenary portion and the original Balram merged there. It appeared, and everyone thought that Devaki had a miscarriage, but actually, that plenary position or portion had been transferred to Rohini's womb. As a magnet attracts iron, so the original Baldev attracts his own expansion. 8 months later, Rohini begot her son, and therefore, all in all, the Baldev had been in her womb for 14 months. At this 14th month, Baldev was there, and that's why Krishna Balramji is called Sankarshana. When Krishna appeared as Vasudeva, 400 form in Mathura, Vasudeva and Devaki prayed to him, like, please appear as a very little boy, and then we can try to save you from Kamsa. At that time, Krishna, who was just taken birth from the womb of Vishoda, at once came to Mathura and took Chaturbhuja, you know, and Krishna and him, and both mixed. Or the same way, similarly, if you remember, I told you story so many times how Krura, who was doing the he was chanting his Gayatri at the bank of Yamuna, and how he saw Krishna Balram, like Krishna in Chaturvi form, and Ananda Shesh behind him. So, like, they say that Vrindavan Paritajya Padamikam Gachati, the same way Baldeva was also there, and he did not leave Vrindavan either. Okay, and by the arrangement of Yogamaya was carried to Gokul. Yeah, so both mixed together there as Rohini Nandan. So Balram always thought that he was in the mood and that his father was Nanda Baba, not Vasudev Maharaj. He never thought I'm the son of Devki and Vasudev. Or Mool Sankarshan is Balram in Dwarka or Mathura. But you know what? Whenever you see the exchange of Krishna Balram with Nanda Baba or Yashoda Maya, even this thought doesn't come in my mind that he's a Rohini Nandan. I mean, just imagine, huh? If you again and again listening to the story, Nanda Baba is sitting in between, Krishna is sitting on the left, Nanda Baba is sitting on the, Balramji is also sitting on the right, and they're honoring Prasadam and, what do you call, in Nanda Bhavan in the morning. And whenever, you hear the story that how Balramji is sitting on one shoulder of Nanda Baba and Krishna is sitting on one other shoulder, there was never a time when even Nanda Baba ever differentiated that Balram is not their own son. So Mool Sankarshan is Baldev in Dwarka and Mathura. Baldev in Gokul and Braj is not Mool Sankarshan. He is something different. In Tattva, they are both one, but by the Rasa Vichar, consideration on this basis of Rasa. They are not one. When Krishna appeared in Mathura, he was not the original Krishna, but Vasudev Nandan. And Vasudev Nandan, right? Similarly, when Baldev appeared in Mathura, he was also not Rani Nandan. He was Mool Sankarshan. And in both Dwarka and Mathura, he is the Mula Sankarshana, a partial manifestation, Baldev Prabhu, from him. And Mahasankarshan is in Vaikuntha, is expanded and from him, Karunadakshay Vishnu comes. And from Karunadakshay Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu comes. And from Garbhodakshay Vishnu comes, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. The last part of Mahasankarshan is Kshirodakshay Vishnu as Anant Shesh. And all these explanations have been have been the mood to serve Krishna and they are serving him. और पता है बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात और भी है चलो फिर कोई बताऊंगा Baldev and Krishna are the same. But there is no difference between Krishna and Balram. They
वो
serve with
बताओ वो इंटरेस्टिंग बात प्रभु, अरे बोल।
अरे बता दूंगा यार कुछ तो रहने दो आगे के लिए
वो आपके पास अभी बहुत है। आप एक दो कौड़ी हम भिखारियों को भी दे देंगे तो अच्छा रहेगा।
Balram ji and Krishna, they both used to look similar together, and they were almost same. So, sometimes Yashoda Maya used to decorate Balram and Krishna just the same. And one day, but sometimes Balram was not putting peacock feather. So one day he thought, let me just dress up like, Krishna. Okay? And then, when he was going, Keshi even came and he saw the appearance of Balram and he thought, he says, oh, he's Krishna. And he kicked him. And then Balramji got very angry. He said, I don't want to dress up like Krishna. Let him be the way he is. But anyways, Balramji, the most interesting thing about Balramji is that Balramji, wherever he is, you will see Krishna didn't have to kill anybody. Wherever he was. Dhenukasur, or Pralambasur, But most of the time, Yogmaya had to make the arrangement so that Balramji is not there. One time, Krishna Balram, Prabhupada was looking at Krishna Balram. He was giving his Bhagavatam class. Then he asked, who is more powerful? Do you know the story?
यस प्रभु।
Who is more powerful?
कृष्णा।
Ah. So
बिकॉज
everybody said
बलराम इज
Balram, 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 Balram. But we said, no, Krishna is very more powerful because he's holding Balram. Balram is actually, putting his whole burden on Krishna. And Krishna is still holding him, you know. So there is some difference in color and paraphernalia. Balram never carries his hal and musal, plow and club in Braj. And Krishna also never carries his weapons there. He only carries
प्रभु।
his Vamshi and Baldev also carry his Shingar, buffalo horn. हाँ बोलो.
हाँ प्रभु, आई ऑल्सो हर्ड दैट वन टाइम मधुमंगल also dressed up like Krishna to impress all
Ah, same,
everyone.
same, same story I've heard also. Oh, that time also when Rakshas, hit him and then he got angry. So I knew that, this might come. Some people say it was Baldev, some people say it was Madhumangal. But anyways, does it really matter? Anyways, just like Krishna is carrying his flute, Balramji is always carrying his buffalo horn. Sometimes Baldeva also carrying his Badsi, but Vamsi is not prominent. Krishna also carries a Shingar, but Vamshi is prominent for him. ठीक है उधर Vamshi is actually the Vamshi which performs Rasila. ठीक है so Baldev does not keep a plow or club because there is no use of them in Braj, where all his leelas are madhur, sweet. He is not married in Braj. Krishna is also not married in Braj. Some people say he is married to Radharani in Ghandelwal. ठीक है from some point of view we can say, but I gave you the reason for that also. It nahi hai because Krishna never had Upaneyan. Without Upaneyan, no marriage can happen. Second thing, unless the father has done the Kanyadan or Pani Grahan, father is a witness or father, they are the witness. The marriage is not considered happened. So that's why Rupa Goswami, this particular concept was given by only Rupa Goswami. Other people they had so much of wrong conceptions. Yeah, and they are also engaged in these sweet leelas there. Vrindavan. In Dwarka, however, in Vasudev Nandan and Devaki Nandan, who appeared, Vrindavan Paitaja Padam Ekamna Gachati. Again, as I said, it is not only the part of Krishna, but also the part of Baldev Prabhu. Again, who go there, but Ram Prabhu never leaves Vrindavan. He is always living in Vrindavan. Someone may say that Baldev was in the home of Rohini in Mathura, and at that time, therefore, he was, out of Vrindavan. But this is not true. Rohini is a Vishuddha Brajvasi. He is always in the consciousness that I am a Brajvasi. Even when Nanda Baba and the cowherd boys went to Mathura with Krishna, they were still in Vrindavan. Still, their consciousness was there. And Yog Maya Purnamashi appeared, apparently lived in Ujjain. And before moving to Vrindavan, I told you now, Purnamashi was actually the mother of Sandeepani Muni and the grandmother of Madhumangal. Yog Maya Purnamashi, she apparently lived in Ujjain. Later she came to Vrindavan, but actually she is an eternal Vishuddha Brajvasi. Okay? So same way, Rohini apparently came from Mathura, but she is also an eternal Vishuddha Brajvasi. Therefore, when Rohini Nandan Baldev appears in her womb, he was in Vrindavan. Baldev is Sat. Krishna is a mixture of Sat, Chit and Anand. है ना? The meaning of Sat is Sattva, the existence potency. Chit means bhav, transcendental loving emotions manifested in the five rasas. So in ordinary sense, it is taken as gyan, knowledge. But there is no gyan in sense in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, it is stated, Gyane Prayasam Upadasya Namanta Eva Jivanti Sanmukhuritam भवदीय वर्तम स्थाने स्थित श्रुति गतम तनुवन मनोभिर ये प्रायसो जितो अपि असि तेस त्रिलोक्यम. My dear Lord, those devotees who have torn away the impersonal conception of this absolute truth and have therefore abandoned discussing empathic philosophy, truth should hear from self-realized devotees about your holy name, form and pastimes and qualities. If you want to serve Srimati Krishna, Srimati Radharani and Krishna in Braj Bhav, you will have to leave Gyan. You'll have to try to hear only the pastimes of Krishna to remember them and to chant the name of Krishna and Radhika. Otherwise, if you are not ekantic, one-pointed, one cannot approach Braj. ठीक है? बहुशाखा अनंत हमारी बहुत, if we have a mind here and there shattered, it is really, really very, very difficult. But it's almost next to impossible to actually, understand Braj Bhav. So when Tattva Gyan become Bhav, that Bhav can reach to Vrindavan and we can serve in Braj with that Bhav. ठीक है? So Tattva Gyan is very important. Huh? In the ordinary sense, Gyan is only in relation to Brahman. Those who are Gyanis think themselves Brahman. क्या कहते हैं? Aham Brahmasmi. When Gyan is Tattva Gyan, realization of Bhagwan, one can go to Vaikuntha, but he cannot reach Vrindavan. Here Gyan means the bhav, experience in the five rasas. असली ज्ञान क्या है? When you have experienced शांत रस, दास्य रस, साक्ष्य रस और वात्सल्य रस and madhurya रस. This is called samvit, the knowledge potency. The potency by which Krishna knows himself and by which other knows him. So the essence of sum and substance of Ladini is called Prema, and Prem personified is Radharani. Baldev Prabhu is the Adhishastri Devata, predominating deity of Satya, Sattva and Sandhini. So Krishna is the Adhishastri Devata of Chit. That is both Gyan and Bhav together. And Srimati Radhika is the Adhishastri Devi of Ladini. Satchidanand The Sat is existent policy, the potency, sorry, and the Jiva is also ever living or ever existing. But Baldev is the master of all. He is a personification of Sat. He is the original existence potency. You see Krishna, we see him Vamshi, we see all the Brajavasis, we see this world, and we see the Jiva. All are expressions of Baldev Prabhu. Krishna with Baldev and Radharani is Vajendra Nandan and Shyam Sundar. Without Baldev, there would be no existence of the pastimes of Radha and Krishna and the gopis. No existence of the land of Vrindavan. And because he is the existence potency, he has all the associates of Shanta Dasya Sakya and Vatsalya Rasa manifestation of Baldev. Regarding Madhurya Ras, those gopis who are Kavyuvaha Rupa, bodily expression of Srimati Radhika, are her manifestation. Baldeva serves in all the rasas, but not in Shringar or Madhurya Rasa to serve in that rasa. It takes the form of Ananga Manjari ki jai. So Shantras means, Mridang, Kartal, harmonium, plates, any paraphernalia which we are using for the puja is what? Baldev Prabhu expanded himself in the form of Shantras. With Dasyaras, definitely sometimes Krishna is getting tired, he is massaging his feet. Sakyaras, he is fighting along with Krishna, chastising him sometimes fighting and sometimes defeating him. Definitely being a big elder brother, he's always been very protective. And he's all the time trying to protect Krishna in his own way. He doesn't mess around with it. Doesn't compromise with it, huh? Sorry, I'm tired, huh? Klapyasam. Thirsty. Anyways, and in Madhuri he's the sister of Radharani, Ananga Manjari. There's a book called Ananga Manjari Samputika. That particular book is a very beautiful book in that it is mentioned how Krishna actually sees Ananga Manjari for the first time and how he become like completely mad about her. And then how Radharani actually sends Ananga Manjari to pacify Krishna. So, anyways, our root cause is Baldev. Because Baldev Prabhu is a Jiva. He is the cause of all the Jivas. In Braj, the
Prabhu,
Jiva. Huh?
that book I read like 1.5 year ago. I wanted that book to read with you, but you said sometime later.
See here, we can read that book in couple of days. Anytime, whenever you want.
Prabhu, I want to read under your guidance. I don't want to read alone. So that's why, Prabhu. Because मेरे को समझ में नहीं आई थी वो book.
Hari bol.
Okay, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu,
हाँ,
ma'am. So I was telling I wanted to read under your guidance. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आई थी वो book.
हाँ, ठीक है, no problem. We'll read that.
Okay, Prabhu.
You know,
Thank you, Prabhu.
Baldev is the root cause of everybody. ठीक है? In Braj, the Jivas have manifested from the original Baldev. They have never come to this world. They have always served Radha and Krishna, in Madhuri Rasa or Sakya Rasa. From Baldev comes to Muli Sankarsana in Dwarka, Ashank, Ashanka, innumerable Jiva from Baldev in his form as a Muli Sankarsana. And they serve Dwarkadhish and Mathuraesh Krishna in so many ways. From Mul Sankarshan comes Maha Sankarshan Vaikuntha. And he manifests the Mukta Jiva. And they eternally serves Ram, Nasimha, Kalki, Vaman, Narayanan, all other Shwans incarnation. Shwans incarnation. ध्यान रखना इस बात को. And from Sankarshan comes Karnodakshai Vishnu in the Tathastha region. And he manifests the Tathastha Jiva. Among them, some become free from Maya and some become Baddha Jiva, conditioned soul. In this way, we see that all kinds of jivas have come from Baldev. It is told like this in the scriptures, but actually there is no birth of the jiva. They're all eternal, like Baldev Prabhu himself. This is only said to convince the sadharan, ordinary jiva, or conditioned soul. There's so many things that Shastra has told us. Whereas in reality, Golok Vrindavan Dham, these things will be seen in other way. Okay? In fact, our Guru Maharaj also, he says that all scriptures such as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Vishnu Bhagavatam are nothing but the glorification of Baldev Prabhu only. Baldev is an Akhanda Guru Tattva. We also always forget that who is Baldev Prabhu. Baldev Prabhu is actually Guru Tattva. He personifies the principle of teaching all souls how to serve Krishna. You see, Shantaras mein kis tarike se the way, cow, garland, paraphernalia, all these things, and how as a Dasya, how as a Sakya, he's fighting with Krishna, he's doing dand, dangal with Krishna, and that particular dangal is what? She is showing everybody. This is how I please my Krishna. And you have to also please Krishna. Right? You teach it. So all scriptures are only the glorification of serving to Krishna, and therefore all scripture glorifies Baldev. Both form of Bhagavatam. T-shirt. Behind. T-shirt. Hmm? Sorry. क्या था मैं? All the scriptures, as Srimad Bhagavatam, for example, it is said the body of Krishna. The first two cantos are his lotus feet. ठीक है? The existence of the Krishna's form is a manifestation of rest upon. And his existence policy, Sandhini Shakti or Baldev, regarding the Bhakta Bhagavat, he is the bona fide Guru. And all the Guru manifest themselves from Baldev only. Without Baldev's mercy, one can never attain the mercy of Krishna. I remember when I was very confused, where should I take the shelter? I went to Mukunda Prabhu and Mukunda said, I'm inclined towards Manji Maharaj, but I have different kind of love for Shila Narayan Maharaj. What should I do? He said, you pray to Radharani and you pray to Nityanand Prabhu and you pray to Balramji. All these three people are Guru Tattva. Baldev exhibits all the moods and rashas for serving Krishna. And his inner mood, he also has Madhurya Ras to manifest. That move, he becomes Ananga Manjari. In the forest of Naimisharanya, एक मिनट यार कौन है भाई सॉरी उठा के बोलो मम्मी को फोन की हम लोग क्लास में जस्ट हाँ हरे कृष्णा सो सॉरी हाँ तो बलदेव विद्या भूषण
Prabhu,
नैमिषारण्य है ना ये
Prabhu, I wanted to add one thing. I probably read it in the Tayendra Prabhu's book that he also was a servant of Ananga Manjari in his spiritual
he's all the
identity.
time mentioning that only yeah for us Ananga Manjari is Nityanand Prabhu and of course Janma Mata also है ना so anyways in the forest Naimisharanya during the recitation of Puranas and Mahabharata Srimad Bhagavatam had not been manifested yet the speaker उसका नाम क्या था रोमहंस Roma Harsana Sutta did not stand up when Baladev Vidya Prabhu arrived. And Balram is the guru of all the gurus. He is also the guru of Vyasadeva, you know, and the guru of who is the guru of Roma Harsan Sutta. So by offering Balram, this Roma Harsan Sutta exhibited that he was not actually part of Akhanda Guru Tattva and he was killed. ठीक है? And his son was Ugrasav Sutta, or the Sutta Goswami. So by Balram Prabhu's placing his hand on Sutta Goswami's head, all the scriptures manifested in his heart. So this way he also manifested all the Shastras. You know, Shukdev Goswami or Sutta Goswami, they have two different personalities. Right? You know that, right? Hari Bol,
Yes, Prabhu.
है ना? So Sutta Goswami was the son of Roma Harsan Sutta.
Sutta.
Yes, Prabhu.
ठीक है? So Sutta Goswami was initiated by Sukdev Goswami and heard Srimad Bhagavatam from him. ठीक है? बोला सुता उवाचा यम प्रभुजंतम अनुपेत कृत्यम द्वैपायनो विरह कतार अजुवाहवा पुत्रेदि तन्मयतवा तया तरवो विदेशु तम सर्वभूत हृदयम मुनिमनंतो अस्मि. I wish I could memorize this shloka. It's a very amazing shloka and we should know this shloka. We should know by heart. This is the glorification of Sukdev Goswami. Sorry, our Vyasdev. You know, he let me offer my obeisances to the sage Sukdev Goswami. Sorry, Sukdev Goswami, and of course Vyasdeva's name is also there. है ना? तो यम प्रावजतम प्रवजंतम अनुपेत मम प्रवजंतम अनुपेत कृत्यम द्वैपायनो विरह कतार अजुहावा. He led me obeisances to unto the lotus, unto that great sage Sukdev Goswami, who can enter the heart of all. When he went away to take the renounced order of life, sannyas, leaving home without undergoing reformation by sacred thread or ceremonies observed by the highest caste, his father, Vyasdev, fearing separation from him, cried out, O son, putreti tanmayata tarvo vidneshu. O son, indeed, only the three which were absorbed in the same feeling of separation echoed in response to the wayward father. Tam sarva bhuta hridayam munim nantvasmi. So all of Braj is manifestation of Balram. Balram also manifested as Giri Govardhan, but there are many subtle intricacies here. According to Rasa Tattva, Govardhan is a manifestation of Shrimati Radhika. But generally, everything comes from Balram only. All the monkeys, all the trees, and everything. Balram killed donkey demon that Dhenukasura. Dhenukasura represent ignorance. And ignorance is destroyed by Guru. And Baldev is also the source of bona fide Guru. So he is a Khand Guru Tattva. And he says, so whenever you say Om Gyanti Virendasya, Jnananjanan Shalakya, Chakshuran Militam Yana, Tasmai Shri Guru Nama. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, but my spiritual master has opened my darkened night by the torchlight of knowledge. So that kind of Gyan does Guru give? Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Upasak, Upasana Tattva, Upasak Tattva or Upasana Tattva, knowledge of Bhakta. एक मिनट. Can you hear me?
Can you hear you, Prabhu?
Yeah, I can hear me.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. You know this Radha Tattva, Krishna Tattva, Upasak and Upasana Tattva, knowledge of Bhakta and Bhagwan, Maya Tattva, Prem Tattva, all this, the way up to, how can we go from Shraddha to Madanakshya Mahabhav and all other kind of tattvas manifest in the heart of the disciple. You know, so that Gyan is given by always Guru. So Balram carries a plow and the club. With his plow, he cultivates the field of devotion by removing anarthas. And in this way, he prepares the ground to sow the seed of Prem Bhakti. And then from his club only, he protects the growing plant by removing the anarthas that have come after the sowing of the seed. The Balram gives Chit Bal, spiritual strength, to the Anmukha Jiva and the liberated associates of Krishna. And for the Vimukta Jiva, the conditioned soul, it becomes a Guru Tattva. And Bhakti, beginning from the Shraddha, going to the highest limit of the Rude or Anirudh Madhavakya Mahabhav, rest on the platform of Sandini and that perform that which is a personified which is personified by Dalram Prabhu. Apparent difference between Baldev and Krishna appears definitely, in Naravat Leela, human-like pastimes. Sorry, in Naravat Leela, human-like pastimes, Krishna and Balram cannot take place without apparent differences of opinion between them. There was a fight between Duryodhana and Bhima. At the end of the Kurukshetra battle, Baldev was, inclined towards Duryodhana and Krishna towards Bhima. And Balram, what he did, considered Duryodhana his disciple, and therefore had a very different kind of affection for him. Krishna gave hint to Bhima to strike the thigh of Duryodhana. But Baldev considered that Krishna instigated Bhima to violate the rule of Kshatriya conduct. Why? Because it was not allowed to hit below the navel. Okay? He became angry and wanted to kill Bhima, but Krishna stopped him. Another apparent difference occurred in relation to Arjun. Arjun disguised himself as a sannyasi and wanted to marry Subhadra, Krishna's sister. Okay? And Dwarkavasis heard the news of the advanced sannyasi. Krishna offered him obeisances, and all others followed his example. And later on, during the kidnapping of Subhadra got on a chariot, and Arjuna caught her hand, and she pulled her onto the chariot, and she then drove as Arjuna fought with the opposing soldier. And Baldev Bhaiya, he took his club. Where are you going? He was about to kill Arjuna, you know, and just was very angry. Krishna said, I did the same thing. I kidnapped Rukmani. Anirudh kidnapped the Usha. Samba kidnapped Lakshmana. There's nothing wrong in that. Besides, why do you say that Arjuna kidnapped Subhadra? Subhadra herself put Arjuna up on the chariot, and she herself drove the chariot. Moreover, if you kill Arjuna, Subhadra will become a widow. Okay, why did you tell her that before? Why did you tell me that before? He said that. Well, Ramji said, not know earlier that sannyasi was actually Arjun. So the cause was Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is the only manifestation of Radhika. अच्छा प्रलंबा जो है ना प्रलंबासुर, he took Balram on his shoulder and Balram killed him by giving him a blow. Pa! The manifestation of this pastime is the Guru Tattva removes the duplicity, kapat of the disciple. So Pralambasur came as a friend. But he wanted to kill Balram. Sometimes the Guru may even publicly point out the disciple's defect. And if a disciple is insincere, he may become angry and ignorantly leave his Sadguru. Okay? We know the story of Ramchandra and his Jamvant. You know? So Divida liked Rama but not Lakshmana. And he knew that Balaram was previously that same Lakshmana. And therefore he tried to kill Ravan, sorry, Raivat Parvat, tried to kill him. Even Ramana and Meghnad could not kill Divida in Ram Leela. But Balaram easily did so. है ना? जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरे
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Wonderful, wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhu, I had one question regarding actually Bhima hitting the thigh of Duryodhana. Like, we all know there is some Leela going on there. Can you elaborate, Prabhu, what is the Leela and why was Sri Balram opposed to that? And he is also the supreme lord. He also knows that Duryodhana is a dharmi. But why he is portraying a
He
Leela of
never, he
fighting
never,
against?
Prabhu, he never accepted that Baldev was Adharmi. You see, you have to understand one. See, try to understand in a very different perspective. Okay? You know who got married among all the Pandavas first?
Like Arjun,
Bhim.
Bhim.
Yeah. After Lakshagraha, when they were going around, on their family, that time Bhim first met. What's her name? Hidamba. So Bhim got married before Yudhishthir. Okay? Then they got married to Draupadi. समझ रहे हो?
Hmm.
So in some way, Guru Tattva is also manifesting the scriptures. Pandavas were not following the scriptures so much. But you will never get to hear something like this about whom? About Duryodhana.
Hmm.
Okay? And second thing, definitely, it is also nature of a Kshatriya or a person who is very aggressive, that, when the another person who comes to, suppose if you have me and Jay Jagdish has some conflicts. If I come to you first, कि please help me, protect me from the anger of Jay Jagdish Prabhu. So you will, despite, then, if Jay Jagdish comes to you also, please give me the shelter. Will you give me the shelter? If you have already given me the shelter? No. Right? So Duryodhana was very smart. Since beginning only, he had a very close association or relationship with Balramji. Balramji was very fond of, what do you call, Varuni. And then, this demonic people with a demonic mentality can, very easily make relationship. So anyway, Balramji was a Kshatriya, but he was also Guru Tattva. And because Duryodhan must have approached Balramji for his friendship, for his, to become his disciple or whatever. So that's the reason Balramji had a very different kind of affection for him. And Duryodhan was actually very charming. He was not Duryodhan, his name was Suryodhan. Suryodhan. And he was not Dushashan. He was Sushashan. So we called him Dushashan and we called him Sushashan because of their activities. The names got changed. You got the point?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. Elaborative यही है भाई जो जो मेन बलराम जी का रिलेशनशिप है दिस इज व्हाट आवर रिलेशनशिप वी हैव विद बलराम जी
Hmm.
सो
Thank you very much, Prabhu.
या आई मीन आई हैव अनदर मीटिंग
No problem, Prabhu.
आई एम
Pranam.
वेरी आई एम जस्ट गोइंग अराउंड हियर एंड देयर टुडे इज मनी फॉर द गर्ल्स सो
Enlightening souls around the world. Raghunath Prabhu is enlightening souls around the world. Each and
नमस्ते
every corner.
हलग्रह नमस्ते मूसलायुधा नमस्ते रेवती कांता नमस्ते भक्त वत्सला नमस्ते परिणाम श्रेष्ठ नमस्ते धरणीधरा पलम बार नमस्ते तु त्राहि माम कृष्ण पूर्वजा सुना तुम लोगों ने
नहीं प्रभु, आप भेज सकते हो ग्रुप में?
दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मंत्र ऑफ बलराम जी
प्लीज प्रभु.
एवरीबॉडी शुड नो नमस्ते हलग्रह
नम-
नमस्ते
नमस्ते
मूसलायुधा
मुसलायुधा. नमस्ते रेवती कांता.
पर है
नमस्ते भक्त वत्सला.
नमस्ते भगवते नमस्ते बलिनाम श्रेष्ठ
श्रेष्ठ
नमस्ते धनीजरा फलम नमस्ते दूतराभिमाम कृष्ण पूर्वज। बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की
लाल
जय।
जय
जय
बलदेव
जय
प्रभु की जय।
जय।
जय जय श्री राधे
जय
श्याम
जय श्री राधे
राधे श्याम प्रभु।
श्याम।
Please
Thank you
change
so
the
much.
name. So I'm editing the video now. I don't
Yes,
edit video.
I will change it right now. I will change it to
Hare
Balaram
Krishna.
Purnima.
Yes.
Take care, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
टेक केयर प्रभु, हरे कृष्णा।